A warm welcome to all who have joined us today for this session of The Badass Beauty. I, on behalf of IIW, welcome you to this session wherein we bring in women of substance who have not only brought changes in their life but in the life of other and in the overall society as such. Today, our woman of substance is Mrs. Mansi Ashar. She is the founder of The Little Baker. I would request Mansi to please take us through your journey. Over to you, Mansi. Thank you.
Hi, Rachna. First of all, thank you for having me over. And yes, I would start by saying that I am Mansi Ashar. I am the founder of The Little Baker by Mansi. Basically, my background, my study background, I have done fashion designing and I have done a lot of styling for ad films and music videos and Indian idols. But then, later, when I got married, the time frame for my job and my home, like the work-life balance, I couldn't manage it so well because, you have a pressure of managing the home as well as, you have pressure outside as well. So basically, being a newly married girl, I couldn't manage all that. So I left my styling stuff, and then I started learning about early child education. I was a preschool teacher at Mount Litera World Preschool for a few years. And then one of the incidences that completely changed my life was I had a very bad fall wherein my tailbone had got tilted. So both my legs had stopped working because of the pressure of the tailbone on the nerves. So that's when, I had to leave everything and I was on bed rest. And then I felt that, there's something amiss. Like I have to do something. So that's how The Little Baker started coming in picture. Baking was always my passion. Even as a child, I used to bake, but it was all very basic. So when I got the opportunity, I did a lot of research. I studied a lot about baking, and that's how it slowly and steadily started coming up.
So now when you established The Little Baker, initially it would have been very difficult for you. You must have faced so many problems being a young entrepreneur. When you say that you want to start something, there will be many hindrances from all sides. But how was your family in all these times? They were supportive. Who else give you who was your rock solid support that time?
Yes, I would say I am very blessed to have a very supportive family. Both sets of parents have been always very supportive of whatever I do. They have never told me no. Even for that matter, even my dadi Saas, she was the one, she used to tell me, don't sit at home, do something, do something. I mean, that is something you wouldn't see in elderly people, that elderly set of people, because they have a totally different mindset about the bahu of the house. But for me, touch wood, it was never like that. Yes, definitely when I started, there were a lot of, ups and downs and a lot of trial and errors. And I have given off a lot of free stuff to people for them to taste, just get a taste of it. If you like it, you order it. Because definitely, if people don't have it, they don't know what you make. Right. But yes, in the process, throughout my journey of 7 years of baking, my sole rock solid support critic, whatever you call it, is my husband. He has been very savage also with me, and at the same time, he's helped me grow a lot in my journey. Like, whenever there's something not going right, he will definitely say that, this is not right, because you obviously need people who give you the right opinion.
Right, the frank opinion.
Yes. So that's what, it's all, The Little Baker is all because of my husband's support and love that he showered on me.
I have seen the reviews for the Little Baker on Facebook, and you have made such wonderful cakes. The cake, especially which you made for the twins with the two cars, that is my favorite, and it has got such nice reviews. So, how do you personalize these cakes? And since you are from this fashion background, I think your color combination and the aesthetic sense is also very nice, which is really visible in your cakes.
Thank you so much. Yes, like I always say, creative people are a little like whacked out at times, and I have been blessed with good parents, with good clients who always trust me, they trust me with my design, with my capability, because they know that, if you give the liberty to someone to do something on their own, the best comes out of it.
Right.
So, and yes, all my education background has always helped me in whatever I have done, like the fashion designing, the designing part, the execution part. I specialize in cream cakes. So I even have the sense of, how the fabric flows. So if I have to make a sari cake, I know where the fold is. I know how to shape the fold. So, everything, like every small detail helps us in our journey.
Yeah, I could see that because I read that, you have used your skills being a teacher in conducting this small session for the young bakers. So
Yes.
no skill is wasted. Any skill learned anytime during your journey would really help you somehow or the other.
Absolutely.
Mansi, can you throw some light on the special cakes which you make for special people? These are gluten-free, or you have some other variety also. If you can throw some light on that.
Yeah, so I am basically a recipe curator, because my husband, like I said, he is my very big support, and he is my inspiration for making special cakes for people who are who have different restrictions in life. So he is highly celiac and gluten intolerant. So all my recipes have been made for him. I experiment a lot with locally available flours like jawar, bajra, then all the millets. So, they are healthy also. And people who cannot eat normal bakes can enjoy as well and not feel left out. So I use a lot of locally grown stuff like coconut curd, coconut milk, and not international brands, just, because according to me, our Indian body cannot digest the internationally grown stuff. For example, some people say quinoa is very good for health, but we do have Indian substitutes for that as well.
Right. So this is coming as a very big surprise and a good surprise to me, because everybody is going towards the western side, and here is somebody who is Indian and promoting the Indian millets, which I fully agree are so rich in all the nutrients which the Indian body needs. When you are doing all these cakes, how do you handle maybe a critic, not from your family but maybe from a customer? Because this specific question I want to ask you, because many young bakers also find it very difficult to handle critics, because taste is something which is not going to be common. It is not maths, it is not mathematics. So how do you reach a point which can be, which would be good and acceptable to many people? Because that is how the business would grow.
Correct. So in whatever you do, be it baking or any other field, you are going to have good days as well as bad days. It's not that every day is a good day.
Right.
Yes, even I've had a few people who, even I've had critics tell me a few things. Initially, I used to get very hurt. I used to feel like, I'm not good enough. And, you get that inferiority feeling.
Right.
But then I understood, slowly and gradually, whenever you come a step back, accept it gracefully. If someone feels that your taste is not up to the mark, ask them, what do you feel is a miss in the cake? What do you, if you could give me your input, if you could give me your feedback where I could, improve myself. So that's how I have improved myself. I have asked for feedbacks from people. If they say the cake was a little hard, so I work on it. Rather than, getting stuck on one point and not going further, forgive and forget. That's what I believe. Like, if you are at fault, accept it gracefully and move ahead. So that's how, the relationship between the client and me always is maintained, as well as, there are some people who will back answer and, they'll be like, no, my cake is good. You are wrong. You go to this person, you go to that person. No, you cannot do that. You always have to be very humble with your client and make sure that they are at ease with you.
So this is a tip for the people who are going, for the new bakers. When you are making these special cakes and you are catering to a specific, category of the society, any new plans which you have, any new things which you are starting apart from the gluten-free and the, other variety which you already have?
Basically, I always come out with something new every festive season. I am known amongst my clients for, bringing something totally different, totally innovative. So every festive season, yes, I do have something or the other coming up, which is unique. For example, this Diwali, I'm going to come up with a box which is themed as all around the world.
Oh, wow.
We have, I'm going to make delicacies from all around the world. For example, they're going to be French macaroons with an Indian twist.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be macaroons with Indian fillings inside. For example, there's going to be a motichur macaroon. Then there's going to be a orange and ginger macaroon. So, innovation. Basically, you just have to be very innovative and you have to have your mind running 24/7 for introducing something new always. For Janmashtami, this year I had done moose matkis, to be a little eco-friendly and not to have a greener footprint. I used clay matkis. So, that is something, small things which you have to always introduce every now and then.
So as which are the top two most favorite cakes, hot selling cakes from your basket of so many cakes, and which is your favorite? So these are two separate questions. Which are the most hot selling and which is your favorite? Your favorite need not be the most hot selling, but something which you like.
My hot selling cakes, I would say, is the first one is the double chocolate cake, which is loved by everyone, like be it young ones, be it older ones, be it anyone. Like, it's just, like a universal favorite. And the second favorite in the fusion bakes is the rasmalai cake, wherein the rasmalai also I make it at home. The recipe has been passed on to me from my dadi saas. So it's like, it's something very close to my heart. And my favorite, if you would ask, is I love tea cakes, the ones without the cream, where you can literally like sit and enjoy the cake. So one of the tea cake which I love the most is a fresh orange juice tea cake, wherein I don't use any essence. It's all flavored with, the fresh juice and the zest of the oranges. So that is one thing I love. It's very refreshing.
So Mansi, apart from Little Baker, any situation in your life which was very difficult to handle, and how did you handle it and how did you come out of it?
See, difficulties are a part and parcel of life. So It's just how you look at them. So I've also had my share of difficulties. But one incident which I am never going to forget ever, ever, ever is during the delivery of my younger one. By, I don't know, like maybe it was destined or what, but I got a double dose of anesthesia. That's when I suffered a cardiac arrest, and I was like almost no more for I think 5 minutes. I mean, I have no clue. So all my heart, my pulse rate, my BP, everything was zero. Like I was literally no more. That's when, the doctor started pumping my heart, and, I revived back. So that was a very life-changing experience for me. From that day onwards, I have always felt that, you never know what is going to happen the very next minute.
Okay.
So just live your life every moment. Just be happy. If someone is, hurting you, just let them go. Like, it's okay. Like, everyone is doing their bit in the world. So your duty is to be happy and to just forget and forgive every single thing. So that is one incident which changed me completely. And from then onwards, I have just been just positive about everything. Like, I just be very happy.
Good. Somebody should learn to be very happy from you.
Thank you.
One takeaway I can vouch for this personally. One takeaway from this session has to be that you need to be happy for yourself. That is the most important thing. What would you advise, Mansi, to the young bakers? Top 3 things if you want to be a good baker. Because as people say that baking is more of a science rather than an art. I don't know how true it is, but this is what we have heard.
No, it is absolutely true. The measurements and everything have to be to the T. Like, even a pinch here and there, the whole bake can go for a toss. So my advice to the budding bakers would be just have trust in yourself that you can do it. There are going to be ups and downs in life, but don't lose hope. Just be consistent, be persistent about what you want to do, and you will definitely reach there. Second point is use quality ingredients, because that is a big game changer. Like, for the matter of not giving expensive bakes, if you compromise on your quality, people are not going to come back to you. Mm-hmm. So it's okay, charge your fees, but make sure that you use a lot of good ingredients. And thirdly is never compare yourself with anyone. Never. You are your own competitor. You have to compare yourself with yourself, basically. And you have to do better than what you did last time. So that's how you're going to move ahead. If you fall into that that quicksand of comparing yourself with other bakers, other people, you're never going to come out of it. So just focus on your work. Make sure that you do better than you did last time, and just stay happy in whatever you do. If you do everything with your heart, it is going to definitely show in your bakes.
So, Mansi, what are your plans for Little Baker? Do you have a plan chalked out as to, maybe the next 2 years I will be doing this in Little Baker, and next 5 years I will be doing this? Is that how you operate, or you are taking one day at a time? Because these are 2 different ways of operating, and either it is not, either way is right. Which one you are more comfortable with?
Correct. I do have a few plans for the future, but at the moment I am taking everything as it comes to me, because my children are still small. So I cannot invest so much time what I have planned for. So once they are a little more independent, I do have a few things chalked out, and I am working towards it. And I have a few all the plannings and everything is done. So I'm just waiting for the right time.
Anything else, Mansi, you would like to add to the viewers who have joined us today? Tips from your own journey that, something which sometimes when you are going on a journey and when you sit and think that, oh, this is something which I need to tell everybody, don't get into this trap, or maybe follow this is good. Some tips from a successful woman entrepreneur who could give advice to other people.
Yes, definitely. I would like to add a few points. See, my education background was very varied. Like, it was nothing related to baking. So, because at that point of time, when I started my education, that time baking and everything was not so much in demand. Like, if you would do a catering course or a baking course, people would look down to you that, like, Ari, she's done catering and what is she going to do in the future and this and that. And when I also started baking myself, initially I used to feel that little, like, that pinch, what will people think, that I am baking. Like, my husband's earning well, but what is, like, her dire needs to do something like baking, leaving everything else. So yes, that was something that has pinched me. But after, like, after my journey, after what all I've achieved and the respect I've got from people, it's like totally different, like, whatever I would like to tell everyone that whatever you feel is right, always do that. So, even if you at an early stage, even if parents think that the children are into something, if the children, not necessary that it's, education related, it can be anything. It can be art, it can be like, singing, it can be any creative line. But if you feel your child is inclined towards that, make sure that you encourage them.
Right. Wonderful, wonderful. So Mansi, myself, Rachna, I thank you on behalf of IIW. Hope people who are watching this video are inspired and they keep inspiring others. I am really inspired by you, Mansi. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this wonderful journey with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Rachna, for having me over. It was a pleasure.